guys, so I thought, a little bit overdue, that I would do a little review of my own car. So I've got the BMW M140i, had it for pretty much exactly 3 years now. I decided to get it because my mate had one, drove it, and it's an incredible car. I did test a few other cars in a similar kind of bracket, that kind of hot hatch bracket. Golf R was probably the one that I was going to go for until I test drove this, or one of these at least. And yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. So, as you know, there's plenty of reviews all over the internet. However, the reason I'm doing this is because in a couple of days I'm being given a new Mark V Toyota GR Supra, which has the same gearbox and the same engine, or at least, you know, a very, very, very similar, or a variation on this same BMW B58 engine, which is a 3-litre straight six single twin scroll turbo, producing quoted figures of around 335 or 340 brake horsepower. So it's quite well known in the car world that, or at least in the BMW world, that they underquote their power figures. This car itself, I had it dynoed, and it came in at 370 horsepower on the nose. So what this Supra is going to be, obviously, you know, I don't know, but there's various videos that have been dynoed way above what's quoted. So I'm looking forward to driving that and having that for a few hours just to see what it's like, because ultimately this car's 3 years old now, and potentially I will be looking at getting a new car. So there's a few cars that are in the ideas, but for me it's got to be something that's fun and quick. Doesn't have to be practical because I don't have children or anything like that. So yeah, essentially, you know, 2 or 3 doors. You know, I'm looking at Toyota Supra, Porsche Cayman, Audi TT RS, you know, something like that. So, you know, in the 400 brake horsepower mark. It's got to be fun. So yeah, first impressions of the car. I've had the car for 3 years, you know, and it's not missed a beat really. It's an absolute rocket. Front engine, rear wheel drive, good bit of fun. However, on days where it's not completely bone dry, it's a useless car. You know, it will spin. If you want to get fast, exit off the lights or whatever, or acceleration up a slip road, you know, you can get to 150 easily in this car, you know, without even struggling, and you've still got 2 more gears to go. However, if it's wet, you struggle. You know, you spin first, second, third gear. Yeah, it's a bit of a handful. A little bit more weight on the rear end, or even something like a limited slip differential, would make this car absolutely different. So yeah, you know, I really cannot sing high enough praises for this car, because it is amazing. You know, there you can pick them up for around 15 grand now, some of the early ones. So yeah, you get a lot of car for your money. If you're looking for something that's an absolute rocket, it'll beat pretty much everything on the road, you know, unless you're looking at your supercars, you know, the kind of top spec 911 turbos. I've had to go with those, and they're pretty much similar. Yeah, you know, it sticks with M3s and M4s, you know, and they're still in the 30-40 grand range. So it's a lot of car for the money. So yeah, this car, absolute monster. Now you'll probably notice in the little bottom left hand side of the screen, I have got a cracked windscreen. Windscreen guys are meant to be coming out for 2 times over the last 2 weeks to come, and they've bailed on me twice, which is quite frustrating. But yeah, it's only a tiny little crack in the bottom corner, so yeah, feel free to take the piss out of that if you want. So it'll be interesting to see how this compares with the Supra. Okay, so the Supra has the same engine, the same gearbox. It's got the older version of the M Performance steering wheel from the old M140i, which is obviously very similar to this, so similar size and shape, similar feel. The in-car entertainment is the same software. It's got the same controls down here with the gearbox. So you know, it's going to feel very similar, except that it's in a slightly different body shape. You're going to be slightly lower to the ground, and also that limited slip diff on the rear axle is going to make a huge amount of difference, hopefully. I've seen comments on social media from various M140i and M240 owners who have got the limited slip diff, and they say it's an absolute game changer. So it'll be very interesting to see how that feels. In terms of price, the Toyota Supra, they have two models, so it's the normal Supra and the Supra Pro, which is the fully loaded version. Pretty much you can order two models. There's not any options to change bits and pieces like interior or wheels or body work or anything like that. It is just two models, Supra, Supra Pro. They do have the Supra A90 edition, however that one has already been sold out because there's a limited number. There were kind of pre-orders, and they're a special edition that come in one colour with red leather interior, which is a shame because I like my red leather interior. However, the Supra does have a red steering wheel trim, which I don't like, so I'm glad that the only option is black leather interior now for the Supra. So be interesting to see what colour I get tomorrow. Well, I'm just going to see if the microphone on this camera is able to pick up the exhaust, because we're in a little narrow, small bit. So I'm just going to drop down in a second. I don't know if you can hear the throttle. Little pop there. I'm not too sure whether or not it picks up these sounds. But it's yeah, it's a nice sounding car. So we get some pops here. Don't know if that picked it up. See if we get this one. Hopefully that picks it up, because it is a sorry, my camera bag's just rattling around in the footwell here, so I'm just going to move that. So yeah, just going to get a bit of sound from the car. It'll be interesting to see if that picks it up, or if we just get road and wind and other cars coming past. So yeah, nice bit of whoosh, nice bit of pop in the gear change, but obviously it doesn't sound anything like what it should sound when it's got the decal on. So yeah. This is Budley Salterton, so I'll let you have a little look. Not the nicest of days, it's a bit blustery, a bit cold, but I'm going to get you back in a sec. Just going to give you some revs and just see if you can pick that up. So yeah, that's the car sound. What I'll do is pop you back on. There you go. There's a beautiful shot of the beach. So I don't know if this car's going to move up the fucking way. You know, are you gonna? I'm real tight up against the wall, and you ain't going to fit in here, mate. So. Go on, it's only a Focus. Ooh, I'm very close to the wall there. Didn't realise how close I was. Oh look! Nice open car park. Would be good if I can have a bit of fun in here, but unfortunately there's people around, so it's not a good idea.
For the record.
Okay, so it is chilly outside. It is so windy. I was just outside getting some exterior shots of the car, which obviously I'll add in through this video. So yeah, obviously, you know, the car is not clean. I don't really care what you think. I used to keep all my cars really clean. I do tend to keep this one clean, but you know, it hasn't been washed for a few days. But hey, who cares? Yeah, so it's so windy outside. I'll cut in a clip of my bonnet open. The whole car is shaking because the wind is catching the bonnet on the gas struts. So yeah, it's very windy. Didn't want to get the drone up in the air because I'll probably crash it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Looking forward to getting the Supra in a couple of days, so keep an eye out for that one. And it'll be interesting to see how that compares to this. You know, they're very similar cars, same engine, same gearbox. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to it because that may be the next car. So yeah, please obviously like and subscribe and all that shizzle. Because yeah, obviously I'd like more people to see what I do with these videos. You know, I quite enjoy making them. The editing's the favourite part. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to get more people watching, and obviously feel free to comment. If you'd like to see more of this car, then obviously, you know, comment, and maybe I'll take it to one of the drag days. I haven't raced any of them this year up at Dakota Raceway in Smeathorpe. I won my class last year, so there's not really much that I can do until I change car. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, potentially next year I may have a different car and I'll take it up on the drag strip. But until then, keep your eyes peeled for the Supra video coming very soon. Cheers. Yeah, that's quick. Oh, I never get bored of this car, never.